For my next interview, I interviewed Kyle Parkison, who is the Assistant Athletic Director, Head of Public Relations for Monroe Central, and also the Athletic Trainer. You've probably seen Kyle's social media pages on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and X, or Twitter. He is ever present out there, as well as doing an excellent job at Monroe Central. Good friend of mine. Make sure you check out this interview brought to you by Howie's Athletic Tape. So make sure you support them as well. Enjoy. All right. Welcome to another edition of 13 Strips of Tape. If you know, you know. Our guest here tonight is Kyle Parkison.
Hello. Thanks for having me, Steve.
Thanks for coming. glad to meet you in person again, finally.
Yes, absolutely.
It's been a while since we saw
2
each
years,
other last. Yep.
Yeah.
Kyle is the athletic trainer at Monroe Central High School, as well as he has a couple other duties. I want to share what those are.
I am our assistant AD as well, athletic trainer, public relations for the whole corporation in athletics, and head of our fundraising for athletics, and probably a few other things I do that I don't have job titles for.
So you are juggling multiple things on a daily basis.
Yes.
Seasonal basis and everything,
Yeah.
and as well as quite the internet star with TikToks, YouTubes,
all social media.
Yeah. All social medias. I'll put his links to all of his socials on there. Or as part of this as well. So, Kyle, how'd you get into athletic training?
So I had we didn't have I went to Monroe Central, and we didn't have an AT. So we had a guy come, I think it was my senior year, Travis Dillon. He actually is a Ball State graduate as well.
Good school.
And he came for like injury checks and stuff through St. Vincent's when they had their program. And I didn't know an athletic trainer was until he got there. And then Ball State, when I went to Ball State, originally I went for XI. I was going to do the PT route.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know. Originally I was going to do AT, and I don't know how I switched to PT. But then I got a semester in, and I was like, I got my first PT class, and I was like, I don't think I want to do this. So I switched to AT right after that, and then ever since have been my biggest passion I have.
Yeah,
so.
It's kind of a similar route that I came into Ball State, not knowing what athletic training was as well, and then discovering it. And exercise sci was my first inroads to it, where I learned about athletic training, and then the aspect of being with athletes, being with coaches, being with teams, being in the heat of the game, and all the other stuff that happens with practices and everything else drew me into it, and so that's why I love it. So, why'd you choose to go to Ball State?
It's 20 minutes from the house, and my dad works there, so tuition was quite low. So,
yeah, and
that worked out well.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing, Ball State being such an athletic training hub that it is, and the networking that they provide. You know, I'm
bar none.
It's the best that I've run into, and everybody I know that has a link to Ball State somehow, or knows somebody through Ball State, and I just blind luck landed there myself and became an athletic trainer and learned of the Ball State, philosophy, and just the networking is just amazing there. So.
We just happened to sit by each other at IATA 2 years ago.
Yes, we did.
Here we are today. Look at that.
Yeah. And I knew nothing of TikTok and other stuff, and now look at me. I've got a YouTube channel, and I'm trying to grow the athletic training field and other things like that. So, what are some of the best aspects of being an athletic trainer?
I mean, you have the usual thing of you want to be around sports, you want to help people, and that's honestly, that was my two big ones. When I first got into it, and then more so now that this is wrapping up year 8. The professional relations with the kids, it's bar none. As you know, you've been doing this for a long time too. They're your kids. In our reality, sometimes you see them more than your own kids.
Definitely, you get to see them grow up, and definitely the school situation that you're in, where it's small school, but you see them from when they're
literally
elementary,
from 5th grade to
elementary all the way up through middle school, intermediate school, up into the high school in the 4 years, and they become part of your family.
Yep, and then like you said, small schools, so we're rural. We're in some poverty area of Randolph County a little bit, and so I'm the only healthcare person some people have, and
Right.
I'm not taking that lightly. So I try to be the best I can be for all the kids and be that resource for them.
And that's why you're providing a service to them, like any other athletic trainer in any other setting like this. You are seeing the injuries when they happen. You're dealing with them when they're happening. After they're happening, making them appointments, getting them to the right provider, whether that's a family provider, family healthcare provider, or whether that's an orthopedic surgeon or physical therapy, or even in today's world, we're dealing a lot with mental health and those types of aspects with kids and the injuries that happen that can take them out mentally as well as physically.
Yeah.
So it's a big thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, how have you seen athletic training grow and change? Ooh, we got lights. So that's a good break there.
Take two.
Yeah. How have you seen the world of athletic training in your realm change, or has it changed at all?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, being through TikTok and all that, like just like that kind of like the social
TikTok
media
famous.
The social I don't know, the social media presence like of athletic, when we start, like when we the OGAT TikTokers, what we call ourselves, kind of. I mean, Matt and Jordan and all them, Dustin and Jacqueline and all them. There's probably only 10 to 15 ATs. It was what it seemed like, at least. And now there's probably thousands of ATs. So, like, that aspect, and, like, the big thing I push is advocating for athletic training. That's my whole purpose for TikTok. Like, even my own kids or my own students, like, they didn't know what AT was. And they're like, oh, KP, I didn't know you did this stuff, if I did a behind-the-scenes video or whatever. So, like, I think social media as a whole, not just my AT channel, but, like, from everybody has been huge. And then just, I mean, the advances in technology, even in the last 8 years, like there's some stuff that has came out the last couple of years. I'm like, oh.
Well, and you're doing a lot of education for other people, whether it's athletes, whether it's coaches, whether it's family members, of what athletic training actually entails, the behind the scenes picture, setting up for a game night, what the athletic training looks like when nobody's in there, what the athletic training looks like when it's bustling and hustling and that type of stuff. They get to see the athletic trainer than just who's sitting on the bench or who's standing at the
waiting for something to happen.
You get to see all those behind the scenes type stuff.
That's been my goal. Yeah,
that's a great thing for athletic training, and it's really pushed more understanding of what the profession is, and that we are an allied healthcare provider, and we are trying to promote the profession as well.
Yeah,
so absolutely. It's been huge for it. Okay. We should probably talk about why you're here to in Fort Wayne visiting.
We are currently at the regional track meet for girls. It's a Tuesday, so it's the regional meet. We had our 4x8 team and our long jump come out. So I happened to be at Fort Wayne Carroll for the first time in my career. So here we are. Yeah. It worked out perfectly.
Yeah, we've been talking about getting Kyle up here to take a little tour of the facility, and we're lucky to have the facilities we have here, and we're hosting the regional track meet here, third year in a row. So we're thankful to be able to host things like this. So, Kyle, I appreciate you. Thank you. And,
thanks for having me, sir.
I appreciate you very much in the world of athletic training.
Thank you.
And the brotherhood that we have.
Yes.
And being a Ball State alum as well. So, yeah. All right. Make sure you check out all of his socials.
So at Monroe Central AT on everything.
At Monroe Central AT.
Yep.
There you go. Great. Okay. Have a good night. And go Chargers.
Go Bears.
I remember the name of it.